Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and up to now you've been looking at analyzing some different histograms related to drug resistance and parasites. And we began looking at this idea of isolating different variables within our treatments and tests to affect things like the drug resistance, along with our other three criterias: cost, and patient side effects. So, today we're going to begin isolating different variables within our treatment options to begin looking at the cause and effects that they have on our three criteria. In other words, how can we take certain variables, focus on them so we see how it affects the cost, whether up and down, patient side effects, good or bad, or resistance levels, high to low. To do that, we need to understand this idea of variables and isolating variables. So we're going to be looking to isolate our variables, and our variables are going to be single and multi-drug treatments, which we did the other day in the other lesson prior to this one. And today we're going to be looking to isolate the multi-day versus single day treatments and single versus multi-dose treatments. In other words, we're going to focus on isolating these variables so we can see the cause and effect relationship. When we isolate or separate these variables from other variables, we're able to identify specific causes that lead to specific effects. So, for example, if we do a single day treatment, we know that single day treatment is going to cause specific effects to the patient side effects, to the costs, and to the resistance levels. But when we mix and we do not isolate variables, so when we have single and multi day treatments, when we have single and multi dose treatments, when we have single and multi drugs themselves within our overall treatment options, now we can't identify, was it the drug? Was it the number of days? Was it the size of the dose? So we're isolating these variables so we can see the specific effects. Similar to our plant example here, when we isolate how much sunlight and water, when we isolate those variables, we're able to identify what's helping our plants to grow. So, to do that, we're going to be looking at how do we isolate the number of days. So, the number of days is going to be what we focus on for our first isolated treatment. And then we're going to look at how to record the cause and effects of those treatments in the next set of tasks. So, in the next set of tasks, you'll go into your malaria treatment testing log. You'll go to the isolated variable test tab, and you're going to be completing the day variation test one. So when you get this open, the malaria treatment testing log, you can find that in your Google Drive. You're going to scroll down to the very bottom. There's a tab here. If you see here, isolated variable tests. We did the single drug comparison test the other day, and our day variations start here with number one. We have three treatments that we're going to be looking to do, all with different number of days, single to multi-day with our different drugs. A for test one, B for test two, and C for test three. So you're going to run three tests, record your data here, and then do quick observations about what you see happening in the data. Remember, large letters, large uppercase letter means large drug doses. So you'll do day variation test number one with our three treatment options, record that data in your observations. That'll be for this task here. Task number 7. Task number 8, you're then going to do the test number 2 with drug B. And then test number 3, you're going to do that for drug C. And again, screenshot all of your data along with your observations in here. When you get to the end, you're going to be looking to identify which of our different day treatments created the best outcome for our three criteria. So here are our three criteria: cost low, minimizing patient side effects, minimizing drug resistance. And you're going to tell me for drug A, when we isolated the days, was it the single day, the average days, or the multi-day treatment that kept the cost the lowest? Was it the single, average, or multi-day treatment that kept the side effects the lowest? And was it the single, average, or multi-day treatment that kept the parasite resistance the lowest? And you'll need to tell me what those outcomes were for A, B, and C, and then tell me what you think the best overall was. So that's how we isolate the number of days within our drug tests, as we saw in our malaria test for tests 1, 2, and 3. And how we record the cause and effect relationships within the next set of tasks. So those are the screenshots with our data and the overall analysis here on this task number 10. Go ahead and fill out your survey. If you have questions about what we just saw or need some clarification, reach out. Otherwise, good luck.